And I'm super happy to have Mr. Vivek Verma. What core leadership philosophy has guided you through your journey?
I think empowering leadership, trusting people, respecting people. The cultures are built on these fundamental things, and kind of lead teams with a purpose. Show them where we want to reach, and then help them together reach the goal.
Wow, show them where you want to reach. I think that's so important. Telling the team that we want to reach somewhere. Now, where is it somewhere? The team doesn't know and the leader doesn't have the clarity. So, team and the leader, they both are aligned with the fact that they have to reach at a particular point.
Absolutely.
And they are clear about the point, right?
Yeah, and the why behind it. With a fixed mindset, it's very difficult to adapt, learn continuously.
Leaders really know that it is not the outer game only, it is the inner game. What does victory in leadership, within quotes, personally mean to you?
Building a lot of leaders, I think that's something which I take a lot of pride in.
Hello everyone, welcome to the talk show Leadership Talks with Ranjana Ghoshal. And I'm super happy to have Mr. Vivek Verma in my talk show today. And Vivek is a seasoned healthcare and life sciences leader with nearly 3 decades of experience in building and scaling businesses, expanding healthcare access, and leading high impact teams. Wow, Vivek. He has held leadership roles across leading organizations, including Reach 52 India, the CEO, Lupin, MCure, Glenmark, Dr. Reddy's, and MSD, driving commercial growth, market expansion, and leadership effectiveness. He has successfully launched and turned around multiple businesses across public health markets, trade generics, rural healthcare, specialty care, and mass market segments. Today, as founder of Avsar Vitals, Vivek works as a fractional CXO and strategic advisor, guiding pharmaceutical and healthcare organizations on strategic planning, leadership development, business readiness, and commercial excellence. Known for blending strategy with execution and authentic leadership with purpose, he continues to shape meaningful and sustainable healthcare transformation. Welcome, Vivek, to my talk show, and it is really, really lovely to have you with me today.
Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction.
My pleasure, Vivek. And I have not made it up. It's the truth, it's the fact, and I love talking about it. So, Vivek, I would go deep down into the questions. From leading large pharma teams to becoming a fractional CXO and advisor, what core leadership philosophy has guided you through your journey?
I think a lot of my leadership evolved by working with great leaders and organizations. I was particularly, I feel, grateful for the opportunity. So, a lot of it that I learned was, empowering leadership, trusting people, respecting people. The cultures are built on these fundamental things, and these were some of the initial learnings, that I got from my experience. And then over time, when I led teams, it became very important to, while these were important, it was also important to kind of lead teams with a purpose, show them where we want to reach, and then help them together reach the goal.
Wow, show them where you want to reach. I think that's so important. If you don't show them, so I've seen leaders who are just telling the team that we want to reach somewhere. Now, where is it somewhere? The team doesn't know and the leader doesn't have the clarity. So that becomes a big problem. So I think that is the fundamental thing, that the team and the leader, they both are aligned with the fact that they have to reach at a particular point.
Absolutely.
And they are clear about the point, right?
Yeah, and the why behind it.
And the why behind it. Wow, that's so nice. Start with why and know your why. Brilliant. So, Vivek, what were your biggest leadership challenges while expanding healthcare access to rural and underserved communities, and how did you navigate them?
One big challenge that any player, and of course in both the stints that I could manage rural, was trust. So the rural communities won't trust you, if you are doing anything with them, right? So what we did is, we kind of hired people from the local communities, trained them, so that they are able to perform their duties well. The second very important thing is awareness. So when it comes to health and across industry, I've seen that the people are not aware about their health. Health itself is not a priority. So, we have had camps where, people, 80 years, female, coming with hypertension, but, having high hypertension but came for a knee pain because knee pain is, visible, palpable. And therefore, we built communities where we were educating people about the signs and symptoms of various diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and then, kind of with that increased awareness, bringing them to clinics
Right.
for their care.
Right. So the right strategy needs to be well thought, well created, and then implemented. Otherwise, things will not only work because these are not regular stuff. These are all very different out
Different
of the
stuff, yeah.
box kind of work. You have to strategize things very beautifully. So, yeah, great. And Vivek, now with this, my question comes, in your experience, where do leaders fail more? When I spoke about the strategy part that you had implemented, do they fail in the strategy part or execution or in the mindset? And how can they correct themselves if they are not going in the right direction?
I think it's mindset because with a fixed mindset, it's very difficult to adapt, learn continuously. So I think a mindset which promotes learning, which promotes experimenting, failures, a mindset which is continuously evolving. I think that is more important because that will set your strategy right, and that will kind of help you execute better and not getting surprised or shocked in the course of execution because you will be iterating.
Correct.
You are flexible, you are adaptable, and you are iterating. So I think it's a mix of, but the key factor is mindset.
Yeah, because I think mindset works a lot when you want to be successful.
Yes.
Because when I do my programs and when I get clients, they come with the thought that they need to learn a lot of strategies and skills, but I realize that it's not true at all because the mindset is where they are getting stuck. So, as you rightly said, mindset is the crux of becoming a successful leader. Brilliant. So, what does it truly take to build inspired, high performing teams that consistently deliver results?
From my own experience, if I have to say, I think it's about first, as I shared in the beginning, it's about the purpose, why are we doing it? The second thing is about empowering people. Third is about, bringing them together instead of a top-down approach. It's a collaborative approach. It's sort of, everyone feels that we are part of the strategy.
Right.
The strategy making process, not the execution process.
Correct.
So when everyone has a shared ownership, the ownership of the strategy is not a top-down thing, and then execution happens very, very easily. So I think that's one of the most important things. Beyond this, I think another thing which played a very important role in my own experience was appreciation. That's something which we reserve it for very, very special occasions, and those special occasions never come. So appreciating people, building a culture of appreciation was something which really helped us bring in a high energy team. And high energy teams naturally, would succeed
I think
faster.
yes, as you rightly said, appreciation is like a big thing for everyone. I mean, we can't keep on slogging day in, day out and just feel that okay, I'm making a lot of money. Beyond money, there is something which keeps us emotionally
Absolutely.
happy, and that is appreciation.
And it's true for all levels, it's true
Right.
for leaders, it's true
Yes.
for individual contributors.
Absolutely.
Across levels, this is something which is missing nowadays, largely missing nowadays.
I think that is why a lot of burnout is also happening, and every leader I meet, corporate leader, would first thing they would come and say, ma'am, sort out this. I am burnt out. Then you tell me what else I have to do. And I work a lot on NLP, neuro linguistic programming. I work on IEMT, which is integral eye movement therapy, where I help them to take out all their negative emotions, which is actually blocking their way to success. So nowadays, to my utter surprise, I have realized that leaders really know that it is not the outer game only, it is the inner game too. And Vivek, you were saying about the why part. Can you throw some light on this?
Well, before forming Avsar Vitals, when I look back into my career, I always had a feeling that my first 2 decades, the first decade or first 15 years, I was a very uh, productive, energized leader, and then the next 10 years or 15 years hasn't been the same. And, I was struggling with the answer. And the answer came in terms of organizations which had purpose, very clear purpose. And of course, I had internalized that purpose. So I really did well in those organizations. When I went into the other 15 years of my career, it was more commercials, more business, but the purpose was not so well driven or internalized. So that's when Reach 52 happened, and consequently, this Avsar Vitals happened. It's based on purpose. That, if we don't know what we want to do, like for me, it's important now to work and towards the purpose of creating a healthier and a happier world. So through my work, if I'm able to create good health, and good health means happiness, right? So that is, that gives me a kick.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is what is most important, and I'm trying to kind of do it with my kids, with people I work with, so that they're able to identify their purpose.
Correct. I think that's very true. Knowing a why and why you do what you do.
Yeah.
If you know that, it's
life is
there.
joyful. Then work, hard work, extra hours, they don't feel like pressure. There won't be a burnout if the purpose is clear.
So like we say, I want a lot of money to be happy. I want to go here, but we really forget that to enjoy that money you need help.
Yes.
So it cannot just go individually, it goes hand in hand. So you're right, like it's very, very important to know why you are working towards a goal which is like happiness with health for everyone, right?
Absolutely.
So brilliant. As you mentor leaders today, Vivek, what key leadership shifts do you believe are essential for the future of healthcare and business?
Well, the most aware things, the things that are taught and things that are trained is fine. I think the spiritual side of leadership, the spiritual quotient, or being mindful, being grounded, being reflective of what we are doing, I think that's something which people will need to do more often, not just in the morning, but maybe throughout the day. Being in the present is what is really important, because in that present, if we have done the best, the future will happen, right? So in that present, the most important thing is to do your best without getting stressed or stretched or burnt out. I think that is something which will happen, and I truly believe that if we are more Indian in our leadership approach, we will probably be a more happier nation.
Wow.
Or a happier organization.
It's a very different light.
Yeah, our management is more Western driven, right?
Yeah.
I think it should revolve more on Indian philosophies, Indian cultures, values, and its learnings.
I would like to know more about it, Vivek, in my next episode, because this is a very different area of discussion. You spoke about spiritualism, you spoke about Indian way of leadership, and this can be a vast subject.
Yes,
which we
indeed.
can incorporate in our day-to-day leadership activities in India.
Absolutely.
Right? So this is a brilliant thought. Please start writing down the points, because I'm going to call you to discuss
I'll do
this
that.
separately.
I'll
This
do
is
that.
very, very interesting. So Vivek, we would love to go now to the rapid fire round.
Sure.
All set?
All set.
Ready?
Absolutely.
High on energy?
Absolutely.
All right. Now, one word that defines your leadership style.
Empowerment.
Empowerment. Super. Leadership success, numbers or impact?
Impact.
Brilliant. The most underrated leadership skill today?
Listening.
Makes sense. One mindset every future healthcare leader must develop.
Living in the present.
living in the present. You know, there's a book, beautiful book by Eckhart Tolle, which is called The
Absolutely.
Power of Now. I think that changed my life totally.
Absolutely.
Brilliant book.
It's mind changing.
Absolutely. Okay. Strategy or execution, which wins the game?
Execution.
Execution. Everybody sits and makes strategies. I see, you know, big talks, and you know, I created this, I built strategy. After that, what is it applicable? Is it can you execute it properly so that you get the result? The Gyan dena is very easy.
Absolutely.
How do you implement it is very, very important. So, one leadership mistake you see too often.
Lack of self care.
Lack of self care. Is it connected to self awareness also?
Absolutely.
Self reflection also?
Yeah.
Brilliant. I think we are totally aligned. And what keeps you grounded as a leader?
My failures.
So you say, and I totally agree that failures are the pillars towards success,
Yeah.
right? So you learn from your failures?
Absolutely.
Should people learn from failures?
Absolutely.
Should they? Or is it like what I see in the current generation, if there is a failure, they're like, oh my God, it's the end and I'm not going to go anywhere. Is that the right way?
This was there in this phenomena was there across generations. This
Correct.
generation is a bit more impatient.
Yes.
But failure is the biggest teacher,
Yes.
and it brings the best out of you.
Correct.
And failures, I see failures as a, what do you call, the next step towards success. It might look like a
Yeah.
temporary roadblock.
Right.
But it's actually preparing you for the next.
Right. And you are clear what you should not do.
Yep.
Rather than what you should do.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. And crisis leadership, empathy or authority?
Start with empathy, but use authority to resolve the problem.
Right. One piece of advice for young leaders entering healthcare.
This is not a glamour industry, and this is not an IT industry. This is not a banking sector where you will get a lot of money. But this is something which has an impact. And can I give an example?
Yes.
So I have a friend, my school classmate, the topper of my school, and IIT and IIM, and we met in Mumbai around. This is also around 15, 20 years old back. And we were both high flyers. And, I was talking about what I am doing and he was talking about what he is doing. And then he said, Vivek, in investment banking, I don't see the impact of my work. I'm so happy that you're seeing the impact of your work and you're so energized with what you're doing. So I think that's what is a healthcare all about.
That explains it all, because I think at the end of the day, we all are humans and we need this kind of energy, I would say, that would pull us up to a different realm altogether.
Truly.
Yeah, so this is absolutely true that other areas may not give you that satisfaction. So when we talk as a coach, as a mentor, that it is not about joy and happiness, it is about fulfillment also.
Truly.
So when you are working in an industry which is giving you fulfillment, I think it changes the ballgame totally. And what does victory in leadership, within quotes, personally mean to you?
Building a lot of leaders, I think that's something which I take a lot of pride in. When I see people who worked with me 20 years back, and VPs, senior VPs. So that is one thing. And when they remember your good and bad things both.
Yeah, correct.
Because they would joke and they would say, boss, you had done this, but they're still happy,
Yes.
to be connected, and the good and the bad experience is creating those lasting memories.
Right.
And the bonding remains.
Right.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I love the way you portrayed how it is important to be a human first, be empathetic, be with them, be like them, and then you show your authority. It makes a difference.
True.
Right? Brilliant. So Vivek, I think we are done with the questions, but I want you to speak a few sentences about your business.
So, Avsar Vitals, the purpose of forming this organization was to look beyond my own, say, livelihood or, things for me. But, as I see, there's a huge need for experienced talent in the small and medium sized companies. They can't afford the talent that they need, and they have problems in plenty. And there is a huge set of people who are, either retired or people like me who took early leaves, but they don't know how to reach out to the companies. So I want to build a platform where the experts with veterans and the experts, they'll get enough work for these companies, and these companies will have that kind of expertise available that they can never imagine, and they can afford it. So that's the
I
purpose
think
of.
very well thought, because industries need the leaders and the leaders need the industries, so that they keep themselves happy even after retirement, I feel,
Surely, yeah.
or, taking a voluntary retirement, early
Yes.
retirement. And yeah, this is a brilliant way of working for the happiness and health of the country. I really loved it. So thank you very much,
Thank
Vivek.
you
I
so much.
absolutely loved the conversation.
Very thought
And
provoking.
thank you very much, because every step that we take while we discuss, everything that we speak, I think we can change the world with our thoughts.
Truly.
So brilliant. Thank you very
Amen.
much.
Thank you
Gratitude
so
for your
much.
presence.
Thank you.
Thank you.